Hey, it's Paul Jang, and today we're going to be talking about the 7 places where you can create a website for land investing. So if you are a land investor that wants to create a site, stay tuned for this video. The first place that I would recommend, and it's my favorite place to put your website, is actually on WordPress. There are some, premium themes in terms of how you want to style it, but you're able to control your website. Now, some things with WordPress is you'll need your own hosting. A popular platform for hosting is to use something like Bluehost. There's other ones out there, but for a basic, just easy place to start, if you start with Bluehost first, you get a domain right from them, and then it's a one-click setup to go into WordPress, and then you can have your own domain, your own authority. Later on, if you wanted to put your own land listings on it, there's a free plugin on WordPress, and it's called WooCommerce, and you can use WooCommerce to receive down payments, deposits, or even like if the property is cheap enough, just taking it on a credit card right from WooCommerce. Some things you have to know about is there's a lot of updates. There is some maintenance. We used to put our property on our WordPress website, and it was just kind of a hassle. So we just kind of set it up, set it, forget it, and we focused on land listing sites in terms of advertisement. One of the things you'll find with whatever website you choose for your land investing is that if you don't generate traffic for it, no one's really going to be clicking on your properties. So you can get it from Craigslist or Facebook or on Google, but if you don't have that traffic source, you won't get deals that way. So the first one that I do recommend, and it's the cheapest option, it is WordPress. It does require some learning. If you are looking for an option that's kind of plug and play, you're gonna have to pay a little bit more. The first option that I would choose for land investors is Wix. For $14 a month, you get a professional website, and then right up above that at $23 per month, you'll get a business plan, and then from your business plan, you'll also be able to put different land properties you have. So you can kind of think like, oh, my monthly expense is 14 bucks if I just want to throw on a website and not have to maintain it, worry about updates or anything like that, like with the WordPress. And then once you want to upgrade and put your own land listings, you can do that as well. We talked about how it give you 7. The next one, and a good option for number 3, is REI Conversions. Now, this was a platform started, I think he was a land investor, but I think he just kind of focused more on selling software and different products to other land investors. But what it basically has, it's 3 parts. One is a buying section, and he calls that REI Land Leads. And then there's a selling section called REI Land List. Now, all of this is kind of integrated with a CRM system called Pebble. Pebble costs $198 per month. If you pay annually, each of those websites, about $89 per month. So we've now really increased the price with WordPress. If you're just going to host it for yourself, it's like $10 for a domain for a year, and then like $3 per month, $4 per month. Wix was 14 bucks. And then if you wanted to upgrade, it'd be 23. Now we're at like the $89 per month mark just for buying or selling. And what's interesting is REI Conversions uses the WordPress platform, right? And they created a premium theme specifically for land investors to use. So if you want kind of more specific, like to just land, and you don't mind paying basically like 90 bucks for just one side of the transaction, you go ahead and use that platform. And if you don't mind spending $200 for your CRM, that's an option that will just kind of integrate everything for you. In reality, it's not that necessary. I would say for the most part, you can just get by going with WordPress. So just getting a standard WordPress, if you want to get a theme, get something for $100 or $50 or one of the free options, and just throw your website on it, because in reality, in terms of deals, you should be getting it not from your website, but you should be getting it from mailers or going into tax auctions. In terms of sales, you should be getting it on land listing sites like LandWatch, Lands of America, Land and Farm, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, and those places where people are actually searching for land. No one is going to a specific land website from a specific land, investor to buy from them unless there's some kind of lead gen where, Craigslist was saying, like, pointing at their website and being like, hey, check these out for additional properties. But a lot of that time that's spent, unless you have like a virtual assistant doing that for you, it's really not worth it in terms of my opinion, right? A lot of times people just want to check that you're legit. Another option is Squarespace for land investors. It's very similar to Wix. It's a little bit more dynamic in terms of like pictures. So if you just want to stay with so it starts at $12 per month, and it creates a professional website for you. At $18 per month, you get the down payments and deposits. So it's very similar to Wix. I haven't personally used Squarespace, but I know land investors that have used Wix and like it, for low maintenance and just kind of getting stuff on board. The fifth option for land investors is something called Weebly. Weebly is partnered, or I think they were bought with Square, and in terms of like land investors, they have a $0 free option where you can just kind of throw in your website and get going with it. At $6, there's a personal option where you can have your own domain name. So the free option, it keeps the Weebly name. So you're gonna want to go to the $6 just to kind of maintain your own authority and have your own domain. At the $12, you're able to remove the Weebly logo. I probably won't stick with Weebly. I know they have that free option, but it's pretty limited, and like the conversation's kind of going because Weebly and Square are partners. A lot of Weebly's resources are actually going to the Square product. Square's kind of that, like, I don't know if you've ever seen the Square with the white where you get point of sale transactions if you go to a restaurant or something. They'll charge that right from that little square right for your credit card. So a lot of the design is kind of being placed with the Square, with those business owners to kind of like set up their websites and get point of sales like face to face. So Weebly's kind of going in that direction increasingly. So it's it has that free and cheaper options in Wix and Squarespace if you don't want to handle the maintenance as much, but you're missing out on future features that like will become increasingly important for your business as you grow. But if that's not really a concern for you, Weebly might be an option if you want that lower maintenance. The next option is Shopify. It's an e-commerce platform. A lot of drop shippers use it to basically handle inventory really well. So they have a $29 per month option, and it gives you unlimited items for sale. That's probably the most you'll kind of need. The next plan after that is $79 per month, and at that point you're doing a lot more shipping. In terms of like land investing, those aren't huge concerns. So you could probably just stick with one of the lower maintenance ones between Wix, Squarespace, or Weebly. I recommend Wix if that's the way you want to go. Shopify is really like an e-commerce platform. If you're going like really heavy, you really want to build up your own personal website, you're going to have a hard time beating other land listing sites that offer thousands of land options for people to choose. So if someone chose property in like land in Texas, right? The first couple websites are going to be like Zillow, LandWatch, because they hold thousands of different property that a potential buyer can go, purchase, the lot that they want with a lot of filters. If you're coming in with Shopify, you got to think in your head that you're going to be competing with them, right? Because Google will rank their website ahead of yours. So unless you're kind of thinking, you're at a point where you're going to do Facebook ads and start promoting specific land on Facebook, or on Google Ads and direct them to your website because you have all these different land listings in place. You have a large inventory. I'd kind of stay away from Shopify. Between Shopify and REI Conversions, I might go with REI Conversions because it's a little bit more land specific at that point. But at the same time, it still has that WordPress platform, so there is a little bit more of maintenance with that. So the next platform is Carrot. Carrot's really popular for not specifically land investors, but for real estate investors in general. They have a focus more towards bringing in deals. So their basic plan is at the $69 per month. And for land investors, bringing in the deals isn't as important as marketing them. For the land investors, I would stay away from these more expensive options and kind of focus on, either WordPress or the lower maintenance like Wix. Or if you want like a more filled out platform, probably go with REI Conversions, maybe Shopify, right? So those are the three categories that I would choose, and these other ones that are kind of real estate related but aren't land specific, I kind of stay away from. They're more pricier options that just aren't as necessary for land investors. Here's the thing with land investing. Your website is just really a platform for people to Google you and to maintain like, oh, this guy or gal is legit, right? They're in business, it looks professional, they have some testimonials and stuff. If you're at a point that you have enough land listings, you could throw them on to get like a deposit of some sort or a down payment, or you didn't have to, be on the phone with them. It could be a one-click shop for them. But really, in the end, a lot of these buyers, really want to get on the phone with you. Even sellers generally want to get on the phone with you. I would keep it real basic for your land investing website and just move on. Market your properties and get deals, right? So that's land investing and the different platforms and what different options you have as a land investor. If you enjoyed this video and some of the stuff that I talked about, there's freebies in the description below. And then also, if you don't mind subscribing and liking this video, it helps with the YouTube algorithm and gets other people to check out these videos, and it would help me out a lot. So take care. This is Paul Jang. Have a good one.